Hello, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve this LeetCode problem number 495, and the problem name is Teemo attacking. So basically I am going to solve this problem today using JavaScript. So if you want to see the Java solution, you can check out my other videos. So now let's continue for the JavaScript solution. So what they are saying here, so they are saying about one game where two persons can participate. The name is Teemo, another one is S. So let's consider as person A and person B, and the game rule is, so you will be given one array input, array of integer basically, or numbers, so 1 and 4, and this second input is the total duration. Okay, so what is the game? So let's understand the game first. Okay, so suppose for the first example, right, here our input array is 1, 4, and timestamp is 2, duration is 2, right? So this is our duration value and this is our given timestamp. So what the game is saying, so suppose this is one person A and this is the second person B. Person B A can attack B, and whenever the person A attack B, the second person will be poisoned for this given duration, right? So for this case, the person B will be poisoned for 2 seconds. So what that means, so suppose in the timestamp 1, this is our first timestamp, right? Here person 1 will attack to person B, and he will the person B will remain poisoned till the 3rd second. Okay, so here our duration is 2, and again in seconds timestamp also, right? Again seconds timestamp also, person A can attack B, and again we are getting time duration 2. So total is 2 plus 2, it equals to 4, right? So this is the explanation of the first example, or the one rule. So that means whenever person A will always start attacking during the start time only, right? So now see the second example. For the second example, the given input is 1 and 2 and duration is 2. So here what happened here? So suppose person A attack the person B in the first second, that poison will be active till the 3rd second, right? But in the second timestamp I can see, so again person A can attack here also, right, from the second or 2 seconds. Okay, but in this case, ideally, in ideal scenario, it will be active till the 4th second, right? But what happened here, since the earlier poison is active, so the poison whichever is going to expire or deactivate first will be our we need to consider that. That means, so suppose person in the second case, person A attacks at the second also, it will not active till second 4, because we are going to consider the end time of the first poison. So here we know the end time of the first poison is 3. So in this case, in the second attack, we can take only one duration only, right? So it is 2 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, so these are the two rules. So one is the overlapping rule, another one is the normal scenario where the two poison time duration is not overlapping. So if it is overlapping, then we need to consider the end time of the first poison. Okay, so these are the two rules. So let's try to design solution using or write code using JavaScript. Okay, so let's complete this given JavaScript function. So I think we need at least 3 variables. Let's take 3 variables. One is the start time, where I am going to keep tracking the start time of our previous timestamp or previous poison. Okay, so initially it will be 0, and apart from this, I think I need 2 more variables. One will be our end time, where I am going to keep tracking the end time of our previous poison which is active, and another one I need duration, where I am going to keep tracking my total duration that I can cover. Okay, so again initially it will be 0, and at the end we are going to return this duration only, right? So let's write that also. Okay, so now I need to pick one timestamp at a time, and we need to keep checking or keep calculating the duration. Okay, so for that I need to write one for loop obviously, and let's take one variable named I, and initially it will be 0 obviously, and it will run till our array ends. Okay, so it should be time dot length, and we are going to increment our I. Okay, so now what next? So let's take this first example only, 1 and 4, right? So initially I will be in this point, 1 point, right? So now I need to calculate my duration for this particular point. Okay, so I think there can be 3 conditions or 2 conditions rather. So first thing is, I will check if my time series or if my current time is ending or is starting after ending the last one. Okay, so I will check if my time series I greater than my end time. So what that means, so suppose it was initially 0, right? So I am at 1, so if I am at 1, then I can consider the full timestamp. Okay, so I am at 1. Now for 1, I know there is no previous end time or 0. If it is 0, right? So we can consider the full duration. Okay. So in this scenario, we are going to update our durations with the full duration value, right? Because I can cover, it's not overlapping with anything. So if it is time series is greater than end time, that means it's not overlapping with anything, right? So we can easily consider the full duration. So whatever our duration parameter value, I am going to add that in our duration variable. Okay. And another thing can be, I think, the equal. So in case of if it is equal also, then also we can consider the full duration value, right? We can add the full duration value in our durations, final durations variable. Okay. Else, so suppose it's less. Less means in this scenario, right? 1, 2. So in this case, so it will be less because it's overlapping. So whenever the value is less, that means we need to consider those overlapping scenario, right? So for the overlapping scenario, obviously we need to update our duration variable, durations plus equals to. So now I can't take the full duration, right? Because it's overlapping. So the previous positions will be end first. So we can't take the second positions end time. So we need to find the difference. Okay. So how we can find the difference? So obviously it should be time series I. So suppose I am here, right? So 2, and I know in this case my previous time will be 1, right? So so I will do time series I minus my previous time start time value, right? That will give me the difference. Okay. So let's write that. So time series I minus start. Okay. So it will give me the difference. Okay. And we need to, once we calculate this, either if or else condition, we need to recalculate our start, right? So that means I am done with this. So now my next, whenever I will come here, in this case, my previous start will be this one, right? So we need to recompute our start time and end time. So let's do that. So in case of start time, it will be obviously the current time series value will be my next start time, and in case of end time, it will be my start time plus the duration, right? So I don't know, I will check it later, that is it overlapping or not, but initially I will set the end time by adding the duration value with the start time. Okay. And I think that's pretty much. Let's quickly run the code and see whether it's compiling or not. Okay, I think it's running successfully for the first test cases. Let's quickly submit it also. Okay, I think it's throwing some error, so it should be obviously start time. Okay, now let's quickly submit it. Okay, I think our solution is accepted. So let's try to go through the solution once again, what we are doing here, right? So you can see that we took 3 variables, start, end and duration, then we are checking the end time. So if I see that current timestamp is greater than the previous end time, that means there is no chance of overlapping, then we are just considering the whole duration, right? Like this scenario, 1 and 4. Here we are going to consider these 2 timestamp are different, right? This one, so I can consider the 2 duration here and consider 2 duration because there is no overlapping portion. But for the second example, right, it was overlapping. It was like this. So we need to calculate this portion only. So how we can calculate this portion? So this will be my current timestamp value, and this will be my earlier timestamp value. So if I do TS minus S, this will give me this portion value, right? Then we can add this in with our actual duration results. So that is what we are doing here. And after doing it for each iteration, we are going to update, or we are going to recompute our new start or new end time. Okay. And in case of time complexity, obviously we are running one for loop. So time complexity will be order of n or linear time because we are going through each and every timestamp. But in case of space complexity, I think it will be order of 1 since our total, since we are using 3 variable only and it's not dependent on our input size. So if my input size is 100, then also I am going to use this 3 variable, and if my input size is 1, then also I am going to use this 3 variable only, right? So the space complexity will be order of 1. I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.